Good morning, Wichita Bible Church. I just wanted to give you a brief update on a few things that are not going to be taking place in the near future. And maybe talk just real briefly about something that we got to do yesterday that was a lot of fun that I would perhaps encourage many of you to look into. First, let me make an announcement about the 1A groups and youth group. We have decided as elders to go ahead and ask for those groups to be suspended until, in particular, I think maybe just be looking for the stay-at-home order to be lifted. We're going to do our best to honor our local government and recommendations that are being given to our community. And so 1A groups will not be meeting during this time, nor will the youth group. In place of those, I would encourage you, if you are part of a 1A group or looking to get part of a 1A group, to find some ways to be communicating during this time. The 1A groups have always been a very good way for us to assess what the actual needs of our body are. And one of the things that some of our 1A groups either have tried or will be trying in place of actual meeting is to go online in some different platforms that allow groups to meet via webcam, and there are many of them available. Some of you I know probably are familiar with platforms like FaceTime or Skype, those kinds of things. There's one that we used yesterday called Zoom, which works really well for large groups. We did it with our virtual lunch that we had together, and it was really a lot of fun. I think we had probably about 12 to 15 people join via webcam, many of them from their homes, and we just spent about 30 minutes chatting and seeing each other's faces. We had some special guests with us outside of Wichita Bible Church. Bruce and Julie Powell joined us, and it was fun to see them, and it was just a really great use of technology. I would encourage you to take a look into it. There are free versions of it and other versions that aren't too expensive if you wanted to upgrade. My 1A group that meets on Sunday nights, we're going to be trying this out on Sunday night as a means to just kind of check up with each other. So I would encourage you, just because we have a lot of different restrictions right now to not be together, there are some very safe and very prudent ways to still communicate and to see one another. Most of them are online. And let's not forget some of the people in our church that aren't going to be using those resources, that maybe aren't familiar with them or just simply don't have time to get on them. Let's keep them in mind. Let's not forget one another. This is one of the strangest things about this time right now, is how, we spend we invest so much time throughout the year talking about the importance of being together and investing in one another and serving and building relationships. And right now it's almost like we're in fact discouraging some of those things. It's a really weird temporary time for us. So let's not forget those in our congregation that could be easily or too easily forgotten. And again, thank you for the video yesterday that was put out with Tom and Sylvia. Don't forget our COVID care ministry that has begun. We've already got a few needs that we have put on our list of things mentioned that need to be done. We've got a great team that have already stepped forward and said, hey, we want to help out. So keep that ministry in mind. Remember, if you need something, need some help, need an errand run, something like that, call the church office and leave a message with Sylvia, or tell Sylvia. We'll get it taken care of as soon as we can. On Sunday, we are going to be live streaming again, and we are going to be looking at Psalm 91. I think Psalm 91's probably been the one psalm I've heard the most people mention as a real comfort. This is the psalm where the psalmist begins by talking about living and dwelling in the shadow of the Almighty. What a beautiful picture. And it's a very interesting psalm. It's a psalm that we don't have an author for. Jewish tradition actually believes it was Moses. Jews believe that if the psalm does not have an author, generally speaking, they default to the last known author. And Psalm 90 is a psalm of Moses. So that could be a psalm written by Moses. What a cool image he begins with, if that's the case. One who definitely knew what it meant to live in the shadow of the Almighty as they followed a pillar of cloud in the wilderness. And so we're going to be looking at this psalm of comfort, a psalm of refuge, learning what it means that God is our refuge, even when things don't go well, how He still is a refuge. So looking forward to having that time with you all on Sunday. Don't forget our live stream. You can just go straight to our website. Our URL is www.wichitabible.org, and that will get you to where you need to go for the live stream. So won't see most of you this weekend, but Lord willing, you will see me on Sunday online and many others in our church. So just have a great Thursday and be safe.